Is it you, this conscious being, who is the same as your mind? Or are you two separate entities living together? Why does your mind sometimes feel like a constant debate, arguing with your own intentions? Is your mind a loyal companion, always present, guiding you, sharing your experiences? Or does it, at times, lead you down paths that cause trouble and confusion? To understand this complex relationship, let's explore how our mind engages with the world around us through simple interactions, guided by fundamental teachings. Let's take a simple example. You see an object, like a flower. When an external object meets one of our sense organs, in this case, the flower meeting your eye, a state of consciousness arises specifically around that sensory faculty. This is called sense consciousness. These three parts, the object, the sense organ, and the sense consciousness, together create another fundamental aggregate called contact. Contact is the initial awareness of the object through the sense faculty. But have you ever had those fascinating moments where you must have seen, heard, or done something recently, yet you have absolutely no memory of that experience? What's happening there? Let's revisit what we just learned. Sometimes the object is present, and our sense organ might even register it, but we weren't truly aware. We cannot recollect seeing or hearing it. This occurs when sense consciousness is weak or absent. Without that active awareness, the crucial link isn't fully established. Think about a friend saying you saw them in the market the other day, but you're certain you didn't. This is a clear example where contact wasn't sufficiently created to register that awareness in your mind. So, contact makes you simply aware of the object. Now let's move a step further. Sometimes we see someone and we are aware that we saw them, but we have no particular interest, no feeling of like or dislike, not even a neutral feeling. We simply ignore that experience. But then we see another person and our experience is drastically different. Why the contrast? Let's go back to how our mind functions. The aggregate of contact, this initial awareness, allows other aggregates to arise. The next crucial aggregate is feelings. These feelings can be pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. If the feeling that arises is pleasant, then a desire or strong feeling of wanting to be connected to it, attachment, will emerge. Conversely, if the feeling is unpleasant, anger or aversion will arise. What we like or dislike fundamentally depends on the feeling that arises within our mind after the initial contact with the object. It's not truly inherent in the object itself at that first encounter. For instance, you see a person who evokes a pleasant feeling, leading to attachment and desire, but later you hear negative things about that person. The next time you see them, the feeling that arises from that moment might be entirely different, no longer pleasant. Remember, the object, the person in our example, was relatively unchanged from your first experience. Yet, A drastic shift in your experience was created within your own mind. If we become skillful enough to understand this intricate process, this subtle game our mind plays, we can begin to grasp how our own mental activity shapes our daily reality and, at times, even tricks us. Understanding this fundamental way our mind interacts with both the external and internal world is a crucial first step before we can even begin to exercise control over its often unruly behaviors